Have y'all been watching Solo Leveling Season 2? Let me tell you, Solo Leveling Season 2 Arise from the Shadow is hitting on all cylinders right now. From last season going into this one, you could already tell from seeing the first season's last episode to seeing the intro open into season 2 that it was going to take a big jump story-wise. I feel really good about this season so far. 5 episodes out, I'm 3 episodes in, so we're just going to talk about that for a little while. As always, do me a favor and leave a like, leave a cool comment. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Also, let YouTube know we're doing a good job, pushing the algorithm and things of that nature. Consider subscribing to the channel too if you haven't already. But let's talk Solo Leveling. Our protagonist Jinwoo has came a long way in a very short amount of time. Like ever since he's gotten his reawakening in season 1, he's been an entirely different person. He's leveled up tremendously at this point, from being in the way and a liability to, man, watch out, I got this. It's actually quite comical. I'm talking about it's like he grew an inch taller and put on 5 pounds or more muscle each episode. I found myself hating on the show at times. Like every show and main character has plot armor, I know this for a fact. And this show is called Solo Leveling. It's in the name. It's like a video game, so I get that. But the way this dude speed ran his way to being a wrecking ball on the show is crazy. I feel like he could have easily died a couple times by now. I questioned the first serpent fight. I questioned the last fight of the season where he was able to get his necromancer powers. Like he should have definitely died, but it is what it is. This is his show, I get it. We're here to talk about season 2 though. Jinwoo calling all the shots this time around. The show is well put together right now. The intro is cool. We're starting to see a lot of people get introduced from different guilds and things. The intro and outro raises a lot of questions in regards to who's who, because maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I haven't seen any of these people until now. And one of those people is Jinwoo's dad, I believe? Man, it's all over the place. He looked pretty cool though. We need to see him get more towards these people in fights in the intro because he needs a challenge. Nobody has stood a chance yet. I'm assuming everyone has watched the first season because if I have, there's no reason you haven't. Because it seems I'm always on the slower side. But speaking of him not having challenges, Egress, I feel like, was his toughest battle. Should have died. It was the knight guarding the throne at the end of season 1, so him being able to unlock necromancy and establishing Egress as the leader of his own shadow army was huge. I see plenty deadly battles with him in the future. Another thing is I always wonder what the symbolism was and what was meant in the outro of season 1. It was like his former self being locked away somewhere, being watched, then he starts running for his life. Bro, looked like he was in the back rooms. Straight up. That's exactly what it looked like. So I was always like, what are they getting at with that? And you see it translate over into season 2's intro and outro. In the intro, at the end, his former self, you can tell by the clothes and things, is laying in a field of flowers at the end. Dead, I'm presuming. Boy, body looked ice cold. And the outro, it picks up from first season's outro. He's still running. He's going crazy, his former self that is, while the new and improved is running the show in his own castle and such. Almost like a prisoner, so you just can't help but notice and pick up on things. But at the end, he extends his hand to the weak Jinwoo and sits down, so I'm just like, what in the world? Something to think about. Episode 1 introduced Dong-Soo Hwang. Or I think he was introduced earlier, but he's really put into action now. He's the brother of one of the guys that ended up dead in the dungeons with Jinwoo in season 1, so he suspects something. He's also an S-rank hunter, so he could be some trouble. Dong-Soo is on a mission to kill Jinwoo and the D-rank rich guy we've met since they're rolling together now. A team full of experienced hunters were also put on a mission and mentioned giant flying ants. You could tell the team is top-notch, they're just making their first appearance. But that quest/storyline is really just playing in the background right now. It's not really major. I wonder how it's gonna tie in. The real stuff pops off when Jinwoo and a girl goes to sit in on a C-rank raid mission. The group consisted of hunters of 1 A rank, 5 B ranks, and 2 C, along with Jinwoo's mysterious ass and his little ride-along student. It took a turn as soon as they stepped foot in. Even though Jinwoo is labeled E rank, a few of the upper guild guys are catching on. Though they don't have an official reading of a rank on him yet, they know he's way above what's documented, telling him to just sit back and not help too much on the raid. That didn't last long. When I say as soon as they stepped in, I mean it. They stepped through the gate and all of a sudden the gate flipped from a normal C-rank gate to a blistering red. Now generally, red means bad, right? No one in, no one out. Until the boss is defeated, you're trapped. The guy said B rank, beast, and above are what lies inside a red gate. So we starting off hot. Well, actually, we starting off cold because they're stranded in the snow and getting ambushed by ice elves. They killed a hunter off rip, arrow to the face. Hunter Park saw Jinwoo stop one of those ice arrows with his bare hand to save the girl, but no one else did. So she like, shit, I'm staying with them, opting not to go with the A-ranked hunter. She walked up on Jinwoo like, you're not E-ranked, are you? Mind your business. Moving right along, we see ice bears ambush both squads. Jinwoo went to Burlington Coat Factory right in the middle of the forest and pulled out 4 Winter Wonderland jackets, and he told them, that go for all y'all. Anybody ask? Y'all ain't seen shit. So he then put the ice bear population out of commission. Straight slaughterhouse. And I must say, they could have went anywhere with the show, but the necromancy aspect was cool. Cause every time egress pop out of them shadows, it's like a breath of fresh damn air. Him getting the necromancer title was a nice touch. Egress serving him was the best thing that could have happened, because Egress was way stronger than Jinwoo. Then and now, probably. Hell, but Jinwoo also gained the bears as his shadow allies after defeating them. Noted that this technique doesn't always work. It took 3 tries to recruit Egress, and 3 times is the max, so he just lucked up on that one, huh? Plot armor. Thick as hell. Now at the end of episode 1, you see the squad that was led by the A-rank hunter has just been wiped out completely. Ice elves didn't come to play apparently, striking immense fear into the hunter because that man broke character so hard, took off running screaming for his life. He was the toughest guy on the planet 15 minutes ago at the beginning of the episode, but the ice elves sitting up there, dog, looked like an album cover sitting up there. Reminded me of them damn White Walkers from Game of Thrones. That's the exact vibe I was rolling with after that. That was the end of episode 1. Episode 2 was the big bad hunter Kim, the A-ranked hunter that just fled the elves. He made his way all the way to Jinwoo's squad, and boy was he not happy. Looking at them have a fiesta from the woods like, I know you lying. These motherfuckers got mink coats, 2-story tents, a fireplace, and all the bear meat you can eat. He couldn't believe they took out all the bears and just out there so carefree. I don't blame them, cause y'all put me out here. It's something y'all not telling me about this quote unquote E rank. Is this some type of sick joke? So yeah, I get it. Kim said, I'm giving y'all until 3. Got to 3 and Jinwoo slapped fire from that boy and said 4. Now what? I know he got a mild concussion. Got to. You see the power scaling right there. I know it wasn't straight up, but you would at least think an A rank would be more aware. And Jinwoo just easily does things. Episode 2 was Jinwoo's encounter with them White Walkers, the big bad ice elves. Let me tell you, per usual, whatever was in Jinwoo's way didn't stand a chance. The leader is the one that put up the best fight, but ultimately he walked out of that battle with some new material for his necromancer army. Some things stood out during that part though. It's almost like the system didn't allow him to stray away from the main part, like if he gave a wrong answer. And Barker, who was the head ice elf, he glitched out after almost spilling the truth and just repeated his line as if it didn't happen, like a redo of dialogue. I found that interesting. Barker also said the ice elves were meant to kill all humans because they hear a voice inside their heads at all times telling them to do so. But the voice never told him to kill Jinwoo, so he concluded Jinwoo was not a human. I know it's damn near looking like it. This is truly one big video game for this dude. The way he had Egress kill Kim and brought him back with the Shadow Arise was weird to me also, because the hatred Kim had for Jinwoo at that moment and his reluctance to the whole situation, you would think the necromancy 3 tries wouldn't have worked so easily, but first try Kim was back as a shadow giant. Like he wasn't even that big when he was alive, gear and all, but whatever. Barker was giving their ass that work, but like I said, Jinwoo prevailed. Did him in the worst way. He wasn't so lucky getting Barker to join though. You never thought that was gonna work. All 3 tries, every one of them was a big fat nope. I could just imagine Barker out there watching over his body, Jinwoo trying to arise, and every time he say arise, Barker just sitting there like, boy, you. Upon returning to the real world, everyone was put on notice. They're starting to realize Jinwoo is the real deal. No concrete evidence, right? They just know. Jinwoo is showing some real I'm him energy nowadays. Eyes changing colors. I'm talking about full Batman voice. Boy, it's intimidating. So much that the guild president like, I don't care what you gotta do. Get that man on our side now. Jinwoo finna get a Supermax contract. I'm talking about this dude is legit slipping in and out of Batman mode. Like something is consuming him. Eyes glowing, talking to himself, deep voice in the mirror like this. He's talking to himself in the mirror like this. First I got Egress, then the bear, now Iron. Who's next? Food's getting cold, Jinwoo. Coming. I'm telling y'all, keep an eye on that boy, man. That was episode 2. Episode 3, let's round it out. We got introduced to a mysterious character that's supposedly been stuck in the gate for the last 10 years. But things aren't adding up. They're bringing in the mighty hunter Dong-soo to do an interrogation. Jinwoo goes back into a previous gate, does a bunch of fighting, training, leveling up, still on the trail to get all the ingredients to the elixir of life to cure his mother from sickness. Got 2 out of 3, I think. At this point, Jinwoo is amazing himself with the things he's able to do, killing everything. Demon Kings out there don't stand a chance. Look how he pop up behind this dude. Boy, I know you lying. How the hell you get there? Striking fear in everything. Cut Skeletor head clean off. Back at the interrogation room, the man question comes out and says his son's name was Jinwoo. Is this truly this guy's father? Dong-soo connects dots and gets triggered by that. Tells Jinwoo's quote-unquote father that his son is dead and he's next. Shouldn't have done that. Big mistake. Their eyes glow and the scenes flip, but in a flash, they say the fight is over and that mystery man defeated Dong-soo in an instant. And I'm thinking to myself, Now that's gotta be some serious power. That's also what season 2 episode 3 finishes up essentially. The season so far is pretty good in my opinion. The story is progressing well enough and far more this time around than in season 1. Like it's almost 2 different shows with everything they're revealing now. I'm curious to see where the flying ant information and that guild takes us. Jinwoo's father is out of left field. No manga has been read here. The bosses and stronger opponents have all had pretty quick fates, all ending in their gruesome demise. I'm just waiting on that one person or thing to come along and leave this clown on the brink of death clinging on to life. Damn, I'm hating. I don't really mean that, but I do want to see an exciting fight. Like Jinwoo's father does seem like he's on humanity's side, but in the end, is he really friend or foe? A lot of stuff to unpack and a lot more stuff coming up. I'm only 3 episodes in, and by the time this video is uploaded, episode 6 will just be releasing, so we catching up. The season looking like it's going to be extremely fun. I got a bunch of questions, as I'm sure you do also. So leave a like, leave a cool comment, let me know what's up in the comment section. We walking through this together. Subscribe to the channel today if you haven't, and as always, thank y'all for stopping by, watching, spending a little time with me. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one soon.
Holla. Falls down. Should've known me better. Why do you know me better?